Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Are you ready for today's class? Well, now we are going to start today with Unit 7A. We're going to start a new unit on page 98. And I would like you to, we're going to set when do we use infinitive in English. And the reading we're going to start with has to do on the first day at work, because we are very nervous on that first day, and we are going to read some tips, some recommendations that in the reading are going to be given. So, are you ready? Then let's start today's class. Then you have this, page 98, sorry, it was 98, yeah. Unit 7A, first day nerves, uses of infinitive. Here you have the reading comprehension. It starts by saying how to survive your first day in a new office. Everybody gets nervous on their first day at any job, but these tips can help you to get it right. Tips means recommendations, recomendaciones, consejos. Let's see which one you think. Because, for example, here we have 6:30. Wake up early, have breakfast, wash, and get dressed. Wear smart work clothes, but not too smart. Check the weather forecast to make sure your clothes are right. And if you are driving, check traffic reports to see if there are any problems. Here you have top tip number. Then, by means of this paragraph, what kind of tip, qué tipo de recomendación pensáis que están dando? Where are the tips to follow? Here you have, in your book, reading A, imagine that somebody you know is starting a new office job tomorrow. Think of 2 important tips, recommendations, advice you could give him or her to make the first day go well. In affirmative or negative, what kind of tips would you give a friend of yours? I think that very important. Wake up very early. Be on time, very important. And in negative, a very good tip could be don't be late. Don't be late to first day. Now, in the reading, we're going to read the article. Here you have 7 different tips. Then, we're going to read each paragraph, and we have to find out which tip is given in each paragraph. The first paragraph we have just read. What do you think is a tip? A. Don't make it either very well or very badly. No lo hagas ni muy mal, ni muy bien, ni muy mal. Either or es ni una cosa ni la otra, si va en negativa, o una cosa o la otra, si va en afirmativa. Va en negativa, entonces ni lo hagas muy bien ni lo hagas muy mal. B. Try to remember everybody's name. C. If they invite you to go with them, go. D. Decide what to wear the night before. E. Think about everything that you've learned today. F. Keep your good ideas for the next meeting. And G. Try to solve the problem yourself first. Well, please, I'm going to read it aloud, and let's go thinking which of these tips would you write down under each paragraph. Then, 8th tip. Plan to arrive at least 10 minutes early, but not more than 20. You don't want to look too enthusiastic. Say hello to people, smile, and use this time to ask questions. Top tip 2. If you can't, admit it and say, sorry, I forgot your name. What do you think? Very good. To be. Very good. To be. Very good. To be. Try to remember everybody's name. A good recommendation. 11. Offer to make coffee or to bring water for your colleagues. Te ofreces hacer café o a traer agua a tus compañeros. Colleagues is a false friend. Es un falso amigo. No es, hey colega, no. Colleagues is a workmate, compañeros de trabajo. What is it tip? If it's very bad, people will always remember it. If it's very good, they'll always ask you to make it. What do you think? Top tip 3, it's A. Very good. Don't make it either very well or very badly. The coffee, very good. Number 4, at 12, don't be the first person to ask about lunch. Wait to see what everybody else does. What do you think? Number 4, tip Z. Very good. If they invite you to go with them, go. To have lunch with your new colleagues. At 1, be prepared to have problems. Many bosses give new employees some difficult work on their first day to see how they manage. Los jefes a los nuevos empleados, employees son empleados. How they manage, cómo lo resuelven. If you can't, don't be afraid to ask for help. What do you think is this tip? 5, it's G. Try to solve the problem yourself first. 6, if you go to a meeting, listen, keep quiet, and take notes. What is this tip? F, very good, 6F. Keep your good ideas for the next meeting. Now you have to observe, only observe. You don't want to annoy other people on day 1. Annoy es enojar, molestar. And here we have the solutions: 2B, 3A, 4C, 5G, 6F, and 7, it's E. Think about everything that you've learned today. Then don't think that staying late will impress your boss. It won't. At least not on your first day. Go home and think about what you've learned today. If you made any mistakes, make sure, asegúrate, you don't make them again tomorrow. Then, these are the 7 tips that in this reading they are giving to us. Then, we are going now to move on vocabulary. Then, these were the tips. And we are going to listen to 2 different people, Simon and Claire, on their first day. Then, in your listening, you have these pictures, and it says, listen to Simon and Claire describing their first day at work. The first time you listen to, tell me what problems do they have. This is Simon, this is Claire. And what advice from Article 1 would you give them? Then you pause and you can listen to it again, because the second time you listen to, you have to be able to answer these questions. Listen again, answer with S for Simon, C for Claire, or write a B if they are both of them, si lo cumplen los dos, ambos, los dos. Then, number 1. Who wasn't expecting to work on his or her first day? ¿Quién no esperaba trabajar su primer día? Number 2. Who didn't have the training to do the job? Training, aparte de entrenar, es formación. Do a training course es hacer un curso de formación. Training es formación. They didn't have the training to do the job. Number 3. Who made a wrong decision because of his or her interview? ¿Quién tomó una decisión errónea a causa de su entrevista de trabajo? 4. Who couldn't answer the questions that people asked him or asked her? ¿Quién no supo contestar? Number 5. Who felt bad when he or she spoke to the boss? ¿Quién se sintió mal cuando habló con su jefe o su jefa? And number 6. Who never had the same problem again? Then, ready? I'm going to
7.1. Simon.
When I was about 30, I got a job as an editor in a publishing company. It was my first office job, and I didn't really know what to wear. But for the interview, I wore a suit. In fact, I bought the suit specially for the interview. I got the job, so I thought that must be okay. So, on the first day, I went to work wearing a suit and tie. I got to work early. I wanted to make a good impression, and I was the first person in the office. So I went in, I found my desk with my name on it, and I sat down. And there were a few papers and documents for me to read, so I started reading those. I turned on my computer, and after about 10-15 minutes, the other people in the office started to arrive. And I noticed that nobody else was wearing a suit. And I thought, okay, it's not a big problem. So I introduced myself to the other people. I said, "Hello, how are you? Hello, pleased to meet you." And the next thing someone said to me was, "My computer's really slow. Do you think you know what the problem is?" And I said, No, not really. So then I introduced myself to somebody else and said, "Hello, nice to meet you." And she replied, "Hello, nice to meet you." And then she said, "Do you know how I can connect my computer to the printer?" And I said, "No, I have no idea how to do that." Anyway, I went back to work, and about half an hour later, I had a meeting with my boss. And she said, "How's it going?" And I said, "Yeah, it's all good." "Well, everybody seems really nice. Just one thing. Why does everybody think I can fix their computer?" And she looked at me and what I was wearing, and she said, "It's your suit. Nobody in this office ever wears a suit. So they think you're from the IT department and you've come to help with a computer problem. They're the only ones who wear suits." So, I never wore it again, to this day.
Claire.
It was my first day at work as a teacher at a language school, and they asked me to come the first week of term to observe some teachers, to watch their lessons, and then I was going to start teaching the following week. But when I arrived there, they told me that one of the teachers was ill, and they asked me to take the class, and it was 3-year-old kids. So I was in a class with about 10 3-year-olds who were running around. My boss gave me a storybook to read to them, but the kids couldn't speak any English. I'd never taught, or never been trained to teach children that small. I tried to read the book to two of them, but the others were running around, shouting and hitting each other. And at the worst possible moment, just when all of them were being really noisy and not doing anything I was telling them to, my boss, the director of the school, opened the door and just looked at me. I felt terrible, but then she said, "These children are too young for you, aren't they?" And I said yes. I was nearly crying. Luckily, after that, she never gave me any classes with really young children, but it was the most stressful class I've ever tried to teach.
So here you had the listening. And now that's correct, in your opinion. Then what kind of problem do they have? What do you think? If you need to listen to it again, then you can listen to it as many times you want, as many times as you need. And moreover, you have your Oxford Online English. Then you have all the audio there. So then the first problem was Simon. The problem was that he was wearing a suit, too smart, and they thought that he was from the IT department. Pensaban que era el informático, porque iba en traje chaqueta. And with Claire, the problem was that he had never taught 3-year-old children before, and they were rushing and very noisy. No esperaba, nunca había enseñado a niños tan pequeños. Then, what advice? ¿Qué consejo les daríais? Don't wear too smart clothes. Unclear. Then, that be ready to have problems. Then it's not. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need help. Then let's correct this. Then, who wasn't expecting to work on his or her first day? Very good. Claire. Claire didn't expect because they had told her that the following week he was only to observe. But the teacher was ill and she had to be responsible for that class. Pero no esperaba, no tenía que haber empezado ese día. Then it's Claire. 1C, Claire. Then number 2, Claire didn't have the training to do the job. No tenía la formación para hacer el trabajo. ¿Vale? Nunca antes había enseñado niños tan pequeños. Training es formación. Clear. Number 3, who made a wrong decision because of his or her interview? Yes, very good. It's Simon. Because he went to the job interview with a suit and he thought, well, I'm going to wear a suit. And nobody at the office was wearing a suit. Number 4, who couldn't answer the questions that people asked him? Simon. Because Simon was not from the IT department. Todos le preguntaban por el ordenador, pero él no era del departamento informático, entonces no podía resolver las dudas. Number 5. Who felt bad when he or she spoke to the boss? Claire. The boss was telling, oh, you don't get on very well with the children of that age. And she felt very nervous and very bad. And number 6. Both of them never had the same problem again because he had never worn smart clothes anymore. Ella no torna a fijarse el traje chaqueta, nunca más se puso tan elegante para trabajar. And she had never taught again children of 3-year-old. Nunca más enseñó a niños tan pequeños. Then these were the solutions. Then 1 Claire, 2 Claire, 3 Simon, 4 Simon, 5 Claire, and 6 both of them. Then this was the listening. And please, everybody, move on your book, vocabulary and grammar. And here we have 1, 2, and 3, 4 different missing verbs from the reading. It says, complete the missing verbs from the article. Number 1, to arrive at least 10 minutes early. 2, it starts with O, to make coffee. 3, you don't, to annoy other people on day 1. 4, to solve the problem yourself first. Please pause the video and fill in the gaps with the missing verb. All these verbs have something in common. All of them are followed by 2 plus infinitive. To arrive, to make, to annoy, to solve. And now we are going to solve the question. Number 1, plan. Plan to arrive at least 10 minutes early. Planifica para llegar al menos 10 minutos antes. 2, offer to make coffee. Ofrécete para hacer café. 3, you don't want to annoy other people on day 1. No quieres enojar a nadie. And 4, try to solve the problem yourself. Try, intenta resolver el problema por ti mismo. What do these verbs, plan, offer, want, and try, have in common? Very good. That these verbs are all of them followed by 2 plus infinitive. And now is the time. What kind of verbs are followed by 2 plus infinitive? Then on your page, on page 244, your vocabulary bank, we are going to focus on which verbs are followed by 2 plus infinitive. Then move on and let's see. And you have this. Vocabulary verb forms, page 244. You have 14 verbs: decide, forget, hope, learn, need, offer, plan, intend, promise, remember, start, try, want, would like. All these 14 verbs must be followed by 2 plus infinitive. Then you have to learn them. But this exercise, well, you have to decide which of these verbs to make the sentences have sense. For example, number 1. We've decided to France for our holiday. Well, we've decided to go to France for our holiday. Number 2. Don't forget all the lights. What do you think? Be, bring, buy, catch, drive, find, get married, go, help, pay, rain, see, or turn off. Very good. Turn off. Don't forget to turn off the lights. You have to write to plus infinitive. Remember, to turn off all the lights. Or we hope you again soon. I'm learning. My test is next month. I need to the supermarket. We don't have any milk. He offered me with my case. They're planning Zoom. He pretended ill, but he wasn't really. He's promised me back when he gets a job. Remember, dictionaries to class tomorrow. It was very cloudy and it started. I'm trying a job, but it's very hard. I want the 6 o'clock train and I like a new car next month. Please pause the video and do it because later on we're going to correct. And to correct, we're going to listen to at the same time. Ready? Let's correct. I'm going to pause the video and to listen please at the same time.
7.2 Verb forms 1. Verbs plus infinitive 1.
We've decided to go to France for our holiday.
2.
Don't forget to turn off all the lights.
3.
We hope to see you again soon.
4.
I'm learning to drive. My test is next month.
5.
I need to go to the supermarket. We don't have any milk.
6.
He offered to help me with my case.
7.
They're planning to get married soon.
8.
He pretended to be ill, but he wasn't really.
9.
He's promised to pay me back when he gets a job.
10.
Remember to bring your dictionaries to class tomorrow.
11.
It was very cloudy and it started to rain.
12.
I'm trying to find a job, but it's very hard.
13.
I want to catch the 6 o'clock train.
14.
I'd like to buy a new car next month.
Then you have here the answers. I have to know, then take notes if you did or if you didn't do it the same, or if you have any wrong, any mistake. Then with this, we realize the first rule of when do we use infinitive. We use infinitive after certain verbs. Then after decide, 2 plus infinitive forget, 2 plus infinitive hope, learn, need, offer, plan, pretend, promise, remember, start, try, want, and would like to, always plus infinitive. Then this is the first rule. And here in the grammar, let's go back. Yeah, in the grammar you says match sentences A to Z, 2 rules, 1 to 3. We are back on page number 98 or 99, sorry, page 99, 99, pagina 99 tot. And here you have A, B, Z. You have here A, B, Z, different sentences, and you have to match each sentence with the rules. These are the rules we have to follow regarding when do we use infinitive. A. Check the weather forecast to make sure your clothes are right. B. Decide what to wear the night before. And C. Don't be afraid to ask for help. The rules are the following one. After adjectives, to give a reason for doing something. A reason es el propósito, la finalidad. ¿Por qué hacemos las cosas? And 3. After equation words. Después de una partícula interrogativa también utilizamos to plus infinitive. After who, what, when, where, why, or how. Let's say. Then check the weather forecast to make sure your clothes are right. What does it express? Which role? Comprueba el tiempo que hará para asegurarte de llevar la ropa adecuada. Para asegurarte. Very good. To give a reason for doing something. La finalidad. ¿Vale? ¿Por qué tengo que comprobar el tiempo? Para asegurarme de ponerme la ropa adecuada. Very good. B. Decide what to wear. What to wear. Then, number 3, after equation words, what, infinitive, to wear. And the last one, don't be afraid. Afraid is an adjective. Then, after adjectives, to plus infinitive. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And with this, we move on the explanation I prepared for you. Then, A, to give a reason, B, 3, after the question word, and C, 1, after adjective. Ready? Grammar explanation. When do we use infinitive then? So, when do we use infinitive? Well, we started on page 244 and we realized that after certain verbs, después de ciertos verbos, want, need, try, would like, page 244, son estos los que en este nivel os estudiáis, ¿vale? After these verbs, always to plus infinitive. For example, I need to learn English. Necesito aprender inglés. Need plus infinitive. The second rule says, after adjectives, nice, difficult, happy, glad, tall. Then after adjectives, infinitive with to. For example, it's easy. Easy is an adjective to study English. Es fácil estudiar inglés. After adjectives, to plus infinitive. Number 3 says, after certain question words, después de partículas interrogativas, ¿veis los colores? Question words, for example, what, when, why, where. After question words, to plus infinitive. I don't know where to learn English. No sé dónde aprender inglés. Where? It's a question word, to plus infinitive. I don't know where to learn English. At the adults' school, of course, with me. Well, and number 1, and the most important rule, is this one. To express purpose. What's the meaning of purpose? Finalidad. Muy bien, el objetivo. Expresar la finalidad. The reason why we do things. La razón por la cual hacemos algo. ¿Cuál es la finalidad? ¿Vale? I'm studying English. Estoy aprendiendo inglés. ¿Cuál es la razón? To get a better job. Para conseguir un trabajo mejor. En valencià és per tal de trobar una feina millor. ¿Vale? It's prohibited, os prohíbo, la Spanglish translation, ¿vale? Utilizar el for. Todos dicen, es que yo, for es para, bueno, pero for está prohibido, porque es una finalidad, to get a better job, for, a partir de ahora está prohibido para expresar purpose, finalidad. ¿Sí clear? Yeah? Then, number 1, after certain verbs, I have to learn them, me los aprendo. 2, after adjectives. 3, after question words. And the last and the most important, to express purpose. For example, we need to stay at home. Por el coronavirus necesitamos estar en casa. It's difficult to stay at home. Es difícil estar en casa. We don't know what to do. No sabemos qué hacer. But we are staying at home. No estamos en casa. ¿Cuál es el propósito? Yeah, to recover from coronavirus. Very good. To overcome, para superar el coronavirus. Esa es la razón, la finalidad. You understand? Then these 1, 2, 3, 4 roles, you have to learn them. And what do you have to do for the weekend? ¿Qué haréis para el fin de semana? Grammar Bank, page 224. When do we use infinitive? You have the explanation here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 roles. Las normas que os he explicado yo ahora. And this is going to be your homework. All exercise A match the sentence halves. All of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 sentences. And you have to find out, you have to match what's the purpose. Todo el tema A es para que averigüéis y sepáis el concepto de la finalidad. ¿Por qué hacemos las cosas? Que lo expresamos con infinitivo. Por ejemplo, you need to be ready. The purpose is B, to show your ID at the gate. Necesitas estar preparado. ¿Para qué? B, to show your ID at the gate. Para mostrar tu identidad, tu carnet en la puerta. Then you have to read the 5 sentences and match with the purpose. And exercise B, complete the sentences with a positive or negative infinitive. How do we make a negative infinitive? It's no personal, it's impersonal. Se llaman formas no personales. No tenemos sujeto, no tenemos tiempo verbal. Entonces, el infinitivo con to, tenéis que poner el to, ¿eh? Aquí nos lo ponen en to, pero tienes que ponerlo con to. ¿Qué decía Shakespeare? To be or not to be. Para negar un infinitivo le ponemos un not delante. Y ya está. No tenemos personas, no tenemos auxiliares, no sabemos. Es impersonal. ¿Vale? Entonces, for example, I'm planning a party next week. Tengo que elegir uno de estos infinitivos con to or not to y elegir cuál es el correcto. Por ejemplo, I'm planning to have a party next week. Estoy planeando hacer una fiesta. En inglés, hacer una fiesta no es do or make, es to have a party. Moreover, what do you have to do? I would like when you have this done, cuando tengáis esto hecho, me escribís aquí qué norma seguimos. Por ejemplo, I'm planning to have a party next week. Which is the rule? ¿Qué norma seguimos? Norma 1. After certain verbs, plan, to plus infinitive. Si habéis puesto infinitivo porque es un adjetivo, ponéis rule 2 or rule 3, rule 4. Then we can study. Then, for example, hi, I'm Donna. I'm Renee. Nice? Very good. To meet you. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué norma me ponéis? Number 2. Norma 2. After an adjective. Is it clear? Yeah? Then, let's do the grammar bank for next Monday. It's going to be your homework. This is your homework. And please, very important. First of all, study which verbs are followed by to plus infinitive. Then learn by heart these 4 roles. 1 after these verbs, 2 after adjectives, 3 after question words, and the last one to express purpose, to express why do you think, what do you think you do things, the reason why you do things. And when you learn by heart, it's when you do the grammar bank. Yeah? Then take care. Happy weekend. On Sunday we can go for a walk. Yeah, if you have children. And take care. Bye bye. See you on Monday.